Hi, this is Tisch Aitken, and it is Friday, October 25th, 2024. We are currently in Scorpio season, and this is going to be a very intense Scorpio season. Scorpio is ruled by two rulers, Pluto, the planet of death and transformation. It represents intensity and drama, power, manipulation, big money, other people's money, joint resources, and Mars, which is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. Mars represents war, ambition, drive, lust, achievement too. And Mars and Pluto are key players right now because they're building up to an opposition that's going to occur on November 3rd. And again, those are the two rulers of Scorpio. Right now, they're currently 3 degrees away, and that's, building up closely. And Pluto is at an anaretic degree, meaning the last degree of Capricorn. We are wrapping up a big story that we all began in January of 2008. It's a 16-year story. And Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, what most people equate with Scorpio themes: death, renewal, empowerment. Could be manipulation. There are big stories. There are huge stories right now. Pluto and Capricorn. Capricorn is the CEO and the CFO. It's people in leadership. We have the guy from Abercrombie and Finch. We've got Sean Combs. We have a lot of stories of people that have misused power. And there are big, obviously big networks connected with this of people in power. Sex trafficking. This would be very Pluto and Capricorn, people really misusing their power. And victims. Well, Neptune is the last degrees of Pisces. In the Sean Combs situation, although it just doesn't involve people in the music industry, obviously he's a music mogul, and Neptune at the last degrees of Pisces. Neptune and Pisces represent music, but also creativity, dreams, people in the arts, also victims, people that can't speak for themselves. Finally, those victims are finding the courage to speak up. And we're seeing on the world stage great intensity. And in the beginning of November, there's going to be an exact opposition of Mars and Pluto at those last degrees of Cancer and Capricorn. And Mars is already in its fall position where it does not like being, because it likes being in Capricorn, where Pluto is, because it's exalted there. It's about achievement. It's getting things done. In Cancer, it reports back to the moon, and the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. It's whimsical, ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're feeling in a good mood. The moon is in a good sign. Maybe the moon's making a challenging aspect, or it's in a more difficult sign. Moon is how you get your needs met. It's your comfort, it's security, it's family. In Cancer, having Mars transit there, we're getting things done. We're having to make decisions of how we get things going based on our feelings, which it's good to trust your intuition, but there are a lot of planets in water now. We've got Mercury, which is communication, perspective. It rules the mind. Mercury's transiting in Scorpio right now, where it actually is really good at getting information, getting to the bottom of things. Scorpio is the cosmic detective of the zodiac. And so it is good for finding things out. Mercury is going to oppose Uranus in Taurus on, I believe, on Halloween. It might be on the 30th, but I think it's on the 31st. That's going to uncover things and bring things to light. And Pluto is going to it's going to change signs on November 19th. We're finally saying goodbye to Pluto in Capricorn. And that is, so we're giving examples of people that have misused their power. Have you in some ways, done things that you want to up level in your life, that you want to heal? Well, this is a great time for transformation, for looking at shadow sides of yourself, and figuring out what you need to purge and eliminate in order to transcend. These are scorpionic themes, and this is a very intense Scorpio time. We've got Pluto changing signs, bidding adieu to a 16-year story on November 19th, towards the end of Scorpio season. We have the two rulers of Scorpio in conflict, Mars opposing Pluto, building up for a big showdown near a major election. I know the United States is not everything, and I don't want to be American-centric, but obviously it's an election that does affect other countries on the world stage, and the election day is November 5th. We always feel Mars before it's exact, and so we'll feel it the beginning of November, but they're going to have a showdown on the 3rd, 2 days before election day. That can be an aspect of violence. That can be an empowering aspect, but you've got the people in power, Pluto and Capricorn, opposite Mars and Cancer, which is really, again, more family, or there could be a lot of family issues for people too, conceivably. Mars and Cancer can be a trigger in and of itself because it can bring up old issues from when you were growing up or when your early memories. Maybe there are patterns or themes that are playing out right now that you don't like that remind you of the past. And Mars is slowing down. It's moving very slowly. It's going to retrograde on December 6th at 6 degrees and 11 minutes of the fixed fire sign of Leo, because on November 3rd, after opposes Pluto and has its powwow, it's then going to enter Leo, gets as far as 6 degrees, retrogrades on December 6th, and then it returns the sign of Cancer on January 6th and remains in Cancer through April 18th, but it is retrograde through February 23rd when it stations direct at 17 degrees of Cancer, where it reached on October 4th. So we're dealing with 17 Cancer to 6 degrees of Leo. That it's going to retrograde at 6 degrees of Leo, and then when Mars finally goes direct on February 23rd, it'll be at 17 degrees of Cancer. And that's really an area you want to pay attention to in your chart. Where are those, where is Mars retrograde? What do you need to dig in to move ahead in a better way? Part of it might be dealing with issues of security, of getting more courage to deal with those latent or unhealed issues. We're in Scorpio season, which is like cosmic therapy, really dealing with those deeply buried issues. And again, it is a time of transformation and purging. Right now, the colors are beautiful. We are having a big drought, but it's fall where I am, and you see the gorgeous, the burnt, reds and oranges and golden colors. It's kind of peaking now, but the leaves are falling. It's a time of death in a sense, and we're approaching eventually the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, and a mutable season when we enter Sagittarius. But right now we are in Scorpio season, and so this is letting go. This is shedding those layers in order to transcend. And, we're also building up on Monday. Venus is going to square Saturn at, I think it's at 9:35 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But it's on Monday. So that's kind of a killjoy. Venus loves being in Sagittarius. It's a fun-loving sign. Much more fun than when it's in Scorpio, but squaring Saturn, which is kind of the killjoy, the planet of restrictions. And remember, Saturn is slowing down because Saturn is going to station direct on November 15th at 12 degrees of Pisces. So we're feeling Saturn. It is going to go direct. We will feel it 5 days before and 5 days after. So we're going to start feeling it November 10th. That's a good thing. It is going to be stationing direct. We have a lot of planets retrograde, and we have a lot of water right now. We've got Mercury and the Sun, our perspective and how we look at things, and our ego and identity. We've got Mars in Cancer, where it'll be a total of 6 months once it leaves on April 18th. That's, feeling very revved up emotionally. We've got Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. So that's already 5 points in water. And so, working with this energy, listening to your intuition, but not getting impulsive, because that Mars Pluto could just feel like something. Maybe I would imagine it's going to be a big turning point for a lot of people. But, trying to realize that is it can be sadistic energy. So, trying to temper that, trying to use it to detox is an excellent time for doing a detox, a liver cleanse, fasting, burning a lot of sage, a lot of Palo Santo, whatever it is for you, going to a sound bath, things to get rid of the energy, to transmute the energy. And Pluto is it is the planet of power. It's very powerful. So really thinking of, what do you want to let go of? I had a client who is a Pisces say to me that some things have come up for her where she's questioning her values before and where she wants to be. And really, this Mars retrograde that's going to occur is giving us all a lot of perspective of what 2025 will be, because it's a year where we're going to have to slow down. We're beginning a new year with Mars retrograde. And we're going to have Neptune again at the final degrees of Pisces, and then briefly entering the sign of Aries, which is ruled by Mars. That's going to be intense, and it's a whole other story for another time. And we're going to have the North Node of Karma entering Pisces on January 11th, where it'll transit for the next 18 months after that. And that also is about being of service, tapping into spirituality and your intuition in a way perhaps you never have before, pursuing and learning about new healing modalities. A lot more people are doing sound baths. They're going to metaphysical events. They're trying to learn more about magic and meditation, because those are the higher levels of Neptune and of Pisces. And Scorpio, well, this is going to be an intense time. There's going to be a lot of anger that's going to be palpable, but anger can impel or it can propel you to do dumb things. So it's your choice. We do have a choice in this. Good luck. Take care. And I will talk to you soon.